Friday.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too.
I am. I mean, look what I'm sitting next to. You
Oh,
look beautiful.
that's so sweet.
You look like a ray of sunshine.
We're talking this morning about It's My American Life.
It is my American life.
Because we all get in these situations. Last night we were watching this documentary with Ira Glass. He's
Hourglass.
No, not Hourglass. Ira Glass. He's a radio personality and he interviews people. Here's the situation, because I really want your opinion. I see Kimberly and Sheila, I want your opinion on this situation, because Jason and I see it slightly differently.
We've got that 18-inch perspective difference.
Men can't measure. We all know this. Men cannot measure. There was a rock concert in New York City. And it was a fairly new band. In fact, the band only had 2 members in it.
This was their second show, right?
Yeah, they were on tour. And all of a sudden, the first time they had a show, there wasn't very many people at all.
It was just all their friends. It was a Friday night show.
A few of their friends showed up, but it was. I've had a band of my own, and that's kind of what you expect. It's like, you have to do your own promotion, and you tell all your friends, please come out. You're practically begging people to come out.
Only get like 300 or 400 people come up to your show.
No, that's not the way it is. All right, well, here's the thing. This band has their concert, and again, their first concert, only a few of their friends come out. The second concert, however, all of a sudden, it is full of fans, and I'm talking hardcore fans of their
shirts
music.
On. Now, bootleg shirts that just the band hasn't made their own shirts. These are fans that have made their own shirts. They know all the words to all the songs.
They know every single word of their songs. They really are into the music, and I mean, this 2-man band that's on stage is like, oh my gosh.
Where did the fans just came?
We're going viral.
They came out of the woodwork.
Yeah, and this 2-man band is thinking, oh my gosh, we must really have talent here, because our songs are going viral. They know all of the words, and they're really into it.
We found our people.
It was the rock concert of their life. They had a night like they had dreamed of their entire lives since they were little. Every night when they had been practicing that guitar in their garage,
this is what
they had imagined. Now, come to find out, that crowd was an improv theater group. The improv theater group was playing a prank.
No, I don't want to even call it a prank.
It was a prank.
What they were out to do was provide the best night possible for the band. So their goal, per what they said, was, I want to give a new band the best night of their life.
Okay, so that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. And for 3 days, this band was on top of the world, thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to make it big.
It was awesome. Can you believe it? Everyone loved us. It was like they were on top of the world.
It was like that Publix commercial.
Yeah.
We were awesome.
That's like my life.
Yeah, it's the way Jason sees his life.
It's the way I live
Seriously,
every day.
It's the way Jason talks to himself inside his brain. Almost a little delusional at times. Which is so adoringly wonderful.
This is the thing. At the end of my life,
yes,
when I'm crossing over into the grave,
yes,
and someone says, how was it? I'm going to be like, I was awesome. I loved it. Thank you.
Yes, and that's why I love you. And that, I mean, I want that. I want that, right? We all want that.
I hope that we all want that.
Okay, so what are your thoughts here on this? Because then 3 days later, one of the band members, gets an email and realizes that it was a fake. And that
he doesn't realize it's a fake. Someone texts him and says, "Hey, everything was a fake. They were this is
An improv theater
this was
group.
a prank.
And it was set up from the beginning, and they emailed him all of the plans that set up the night and how it was strategically planned, how they had emailed this web of people to learn all of their music and to show up at this place at this specific time and to give this band the night of their life. So once the one bandmate found this out, he was devastated because
He had been
in his childhood, he had been bullied, and this was his worst nightmare. Like, he felt in that moment ashamed, foolish. It took him back to his childhood, and he thought, this is my worst nightmare coming true. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm back in grade school, and people are making fun of me in front of me, and I don't even realize it. I'm the butt of everybody's joke. And here I was up there moshing around thinking that I'm just a rock star. And so for him, it put him into this downward spiral, and he had to have therapy, and it was a terrible situation. Now for the other bandmate, he says, he was like Jason's attitude. He says, I don't care. That's what I aspire to have. And just the fact that I had a taste of it that night, the fact that it happened, I don't care how it happened. I want that. And now I know that that is what I'm working toward. And that's what I'm going to strive toward. And from now on, the fact that I can crave that and taste that and feel that, now I know exactly what I'm going to manifest.
Yeah.
So what is your take on it? Do you find it cruel, or would you want someone to show up in your life and do this?
And I was the butt of jokes. I was the butt of jokes in school, and like I found myself in the throes of pranks.
However, you also, though, learned the coping mechanisms
Yep.
of humor
Right.
to deal with that. And some people don't, you know?
True. I mean, you gotta
Again,
recognize when
it
someone.
depends on the story you're telling yourself.
Yeah, when you graduate high school and you're 6'2" and you weigh 125 pounds, that's
I know.
small. Like that's
Jason and I
that's
weighed-
tall and small.
Jason and I weighed the same when we graduated from high school.
Yeah.
We weighed the same.
That's crazy.
I would have been so mad if you would have been able to wear my jeans. Like, seriously.
Well, I mean, and you get picked on. I mean, that's you look like Ichabod Crane or something. I don't. It's
Okay, so Kimberly says, I think after being on a high for 3 days and then finding that out, I would have a major emotional crush. Like, I would start questioning everything.
and that's kind of what happened.
That's what happened. In fact, both of the bandmates went through a period where everything that happened to them for a while. In fact,
They were questioning a dinner, just going out to restaurants.
yeah, and they were like, are
they-
these people being authentic? Are they being real?
Is this a
or
real
am I
crowd?
being set up? Is this...
Yeah, so that just kind of gave me goosebumps as a realization that when we have to question reality, that's a scary place.
Because we automatically trust that people are showing up as their authentic selves.
Well, and see, the authentic side of what I saw was that they wanted to provide an experience. So this is like,
Well, we don't know though that was the intention of all of them.
so,
You know what? We can say that was the intention of the owner of the improv group because we heard his interview, but there was, 100 of them, and we
Yeah.
don't know what the intention of all of them.
I would think that they were his troupe, so that they know. But I that's me putting my thoughts
Spin on it.
Again, it's all in what each of us thinks. So if we have a bag of mixed emotions,
Yeah.
why not pick out the emotion that suits us the best? So what we feel about situations outside of ourselves, we need to use that like a closet.
Yeah.
If we have a bag of mixed emotions about what situations that are happening outside of ourselves,
Yeah.
we need to treat it like a damn closet and then just put on what feels best.
So Marilyn says, I think if people want to joke, they should get the person's permission. And you know what? I brought that up last night too, Marilyn. That is such a good point. I'm like, it would have been better if everyone would have been in on it. And then Jason said, well, that defeats
so
the idea
I'm
of it.
I'm throwing a surprise party.
Know.
I'm going to throw a surprise party for Jana for her 50th
I
birthday.
hate surprise parties, so don't ever
let me
throw
just
me.
make sure it's okay with her.
I do not like surprise parties. Do not throw me a surprise
It's
party.
happening.
I don't like not being in on it. And maybe that's the problem, is not being in on.
I gotta know right now.
It's like you're the outsider, you're the outsider of the group.
It's being out of control for a moment. Maybe.
I don't know what it is. But so there were actually 5 people in that club that night that weren't in on the secret. It was the 2 people on stage, and then there happened to be 3 people that just came to
And paid for the concert.
That came and paid for the actual concert. So if this theater group wouldn't have been there, there would have only been 3 people
in the
audience. So for those 3 people, maybe it heightened their experience. Maybe, they were like, oh yeah, the energy is good. This is great.
I think they're right there.
I don't know, but they weren't in on it either. It just feels secretive, and there's something about it that feels unethical to me. And I don't know why I can't wrap myself around it, but it feels wrong. And Sheila says that she would be angry about it too.
And she also says anniversary idea. So the Cherry Blossom Festival is happening in Macon, but it's happening soon. Between now and Dallas.
Yeah. Anyway, good morning, Jeff Britt. I'm so glad to see you here. And David's here. Good morning, Julian's here.
Kimmy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a really interesting conversation that we were having, and there's something about.
We got to slow down and think about things. And that's the thing is when we're out during the day, so often we're just rushing through it, trying to get everything done and allowing things to happen and not recognizing the things that are affecting us.
And the stories that we're attaching to it.
Exactly.
Because I started thinking about it this morning, and I was like, you know what, it is just an event that happened. So what am I attaching to it that I'm thinking, there's something wrong there? But I experienced some bullying in one particular year of my life, and I don't know, there's something about it that didn't set right with me either.
But so they had an option of getting that text, stopping what they were doing, because they did stop for a little bit, and one of the band members said, given the option between having that experience and not having that experience, what would you rather have had? And he's like, that night was amazing. That feeling I had for those 3 days was something I will never forget.
That is true.
I want more experiences like that.
Right.
Those nights. I don't want the experience of the letdown.
Right.
So getting back on the horse and not letting the letdowns stop you from going after those experiences is crucial.
Well, you want to squeeze the juice out of life.
Yeah, and don't let what you tell yourself about the letdowns stop you from going after your dreams.
Oh, let's end it there. That's so good. Thank you guys for joining us. It's called An American Life. It's with Ira Glass. He's a radio personality, and Jason and I found it on Showtime. It's very intriguing. It starts out with this girl who's on a school bus, and she has to go to the bathroom so badly.
That's so
and
funny.
She's like, I really have to pee. She was only 8, I think, when it happened.
Very young.
And the school bus got stuck in traffic, and she's like, oh my God, I have to pee. So she decides to just pee on the floor of the school
Well, she
bus.
just kind of scoots forward in her bench seat and then just pees off in front of it.
Yeah, and she thinks she's being so sneaky
Got away with it.
until the bus starts moving again, and then her pee starts
Going
sliding back. And then all the kids start going, there's pee on the bus! And of course, everybody starts hopping up and like moving their feet. They're like, ew, gross, it's pee, there's pee. And the only person on the bus that doesn't move is she's just sitting there.
Stoically.
Yeah, very stoic and looking straight forward, which is the dead giveaway that it was her.
I don't know what everyone is fussing about.
And then for the next 2 years, the kids called her Peazilla.
Oh, poor
and of
girl.
course, she felt like,
I can't tell you how many times I peed on the bus.
it ruined her life. And she thought, oh, my American life.
Just those 2 years.
My American life. We all have these stories, though. We just sometimes don't want to talk about them.
We'll talk about them.
Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
See you soon.